time I've stood up to talk about battery powered without having to pitch you and ask you to part with money. So this was what it was all about. I hated that part of it. So thank you everyone for coming. I'm delighted with the turnout. Very excited that we're officially getting underway with the program. This is the first event we've done for battery powered, and we expect to have one a month forevermore. So we're doing 3 primary events for the California prison system, and this is the expert night, and we have an amazing panelist of experts to my left here who will be joining on the stage soon. I just wanted to kind of reiterate the importance that this has been to Sochi and I to set up this program and make it part of the battery. We wanted the battery to represent something which was a little bit deeper than the food and alcohol that we serve. And so this is the idea of doing a philanthropy program, which would be a journey that we as a collectively could go on. And it's as much about Sochi and I learning alongside you as it is. We don't want to be dictating to you what you learn about. Although this one theme is the only time we actually get to choose a theme, because we had to pick one before we actually launched the program. And I'll ask Sochi, or Sochi will come up a little bit later and talk more about that. So I'm going to get underway, and I'm going to introduce Alison, our partner in crime, appropriately termed, given the theme, Amplified Strategies, the one that's really sort of digged in and created this content and brought together this panel of experts, and I'll let her talk a little more about that.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you. Oh, I cannot believe we're here. It's the first night, and I'm so excited that you're all here to share this with us. I just wanted to go over a few things about how the evening's going to go. I have some notes just to make sure that I don't forget some of the key points. You know, the most important is why we're all here, right? Which is to really explore together these themes and issues where we think that as a community that we could actually make a real difference. And so it's a huge privilege and honor that we have the guest experts tonight to be able to speak with us from their experiences. They have life experiences and stories that are rooted in change in this issue and transformation that allow us to see what's possible and also allow us to focus on what's really important and how we can think about what are tangible steps for moving some of the intractability of this system forward in a positive way. And so, you know, in preparing for the evening, what I've been inspired by is that, you know, there's something that's truly possible here. And to have these experts help us to unfold that and highlight that is just a fantastic privilege. One thing I will say is that the evening is packed in terms of we have 6 people to speak with us. And so usually we have a lot of Q&A, but we've wanted to give them as much of the time as we can for being here and speaking with us. And so the format is that we'll have a lower amount of Q&A in terms of as a group, but they've agreed to stay with us. And so this, you know, if you need to go, don't feel embarrassed. Get up and go if you have somewhere to be after this, but we're going to kind of, this room is ours for the evening. We're going to move over to the Musto Bar afterwards and continue to speak with the experts. You can have one-on-one time or corral around them as a group and really, you know, have a conversation. Don't feel shy. They've agreed to do that, and thank you so much for agreeing to do that. At the end of the program, you're going to hear from my colleague Abby Banks. Abby? Okay, Abby, if you stand up just so people can see you. Abby's actually I just want to say a special thanks to you because she's really produced, she runs this project for us at Amplifier Strategies, and she's produced with the team all that is here, and she's going to help us understand what the next steps are for October and November and how this unfolds at the end. And so with that, the next thing, and very important, as a part of Battery Powered, really we're trying to source as much as we can from the membership. And I want to have a special moment of thanks to Ann Devereaux Mills and David Mills, who were members who helped us create this content, think about the theme issue, help us to think about experts, and just really, you know, came in and became a part of the team from the very beginning. And that is exactly what we hope to do in future themes, and it was just so nice to have that happen right away. So thank you. Anne is our moderator for tonight, and you have bios on your seat of all of the experts that are going to be speaking with you. You have some information. Not everyone's a Battery Powered member, and you know this is open for you, and you can see about the program as well. We have information salon on Friday, and there's feedback. sessions, but those bios are key. But apart from Ann's distinguished track record in marketing and advertising as an executive for some very key organizations, she's also a tireless social justice advocate. And she's going to share her passion for this issue in particular before she starts to moderate the evening. So that will come. What's next? Xochitl is going to talk about her experience going through the content and the theme, and then we'll show you a short clip. And Ann, after that clip, I'll ask you to come up and be with the group and take the group forward. So if you need anything, let us know. Have a great time. Thank you.
Thank you, Allison. So, well, I can't, as you, hopefully you guys all know by now, that battery powered is really important to Michael and I. And I'm so excited that we're kicking it off. I mean, we have great speakers coming tonight to educate us around this theme. And we, as Michael said earlier, we are the ones that decided to choose the California prison system. And it's not that we're experts in this field, we wanted to learn more about this topic. And another reason why I chose it, and it's more of a personal note, is that my first cousin was incarcerated at the age of 14 in the juvenile prison system. And he, in my eyes, he's the last person that I would have thought would have gone into jail or prison or any type of any type of incarceration. And, normal 14-year-old boy with very, very poor judgment. And the man that walked out after being 18 is completely different. And he's been in and out of the prison system for the last 20 years. And I really feel like he was taught to be an inmate. He was taught to be a criminal while in the system. So that's the reason why I'm interested in it. And I have no idea what to do. I have no idea how to fix it. To me, it's a big issue that seems almost unfixable. So I'm super excited to hear from the experts, to bring organizations in next month in October. I've had a little glimpse about what they're doing, and it's very inspirational. And I'm excited to share it with everybody else. So thank you, everybody, for coming. There's 2 facts that that I've learned because I went to, in preparation for tonight, I went onto our website, looked at the content, which is amazing. And the 2 facts, I'm not the one that populated it, by the way. 2 facts is since 1980s, our inmate system has increased by 500%. And in California, we spend 6 times more on incarcerating adults than we do on educating children. I mean, there's something backwards there. So thank you, everybody, for coming. I'm really excited that
I was about 4 years old when my dad got 25 to life in prison. I want to get to know him. I want him to see my life, I want him to be proud of me. And I think he would be.
I myself was at Salinas Valley 13 years. So this is important to us because we remember what it was like to get out.
There's too many of us that are in here that are trying to do the right thing and tired of being the person that we used to be. And all we're doing is a bunch of men trying to do the right thing. That's all we are. I'll do anything in God's power to help you.
We want to handle this as carefully as we possibly can until you walk out those doors. That's the end game. That's where we need to get to.
He's got 2 elderly parents. He's 55. And yesterday she tells me, I may not be alive when he gets out. So am I anxious for this resentencing to be extended one more minute?
We made it, man.
Nothing, man. You've grown up, huh? Look at you.
Yep.
You look just like me.
I know.
That's crazy, huh?
So what you want to do, Mom?
What do you want to do?
I just want to spend some time with you, that's it.
Los Angeles.
From my office, we've gotten 20 orders released as of yesterday. We had 3 done yesterday. I have 16 set for next Wednesday. Those are all concessions. So I've got currently
why am I standing up here? I think you looked at my bio and it probably looked a little bit different than everybody else because I have not spent my entire life dedicated to prison issues. I've only spent the last 5 years dedicated to prison issues. It has become a passion. It became a passion because of my personal passion, who's my husband David, who I met about 5 years ago when he was beginning to write the language for that law that allowed the release of the prisoners and the reversal of some of the unfair three-strike sentencing. And how can you not fall in love with both the man and the mission? So I did. But it's been an amazing personal story, and it's been a story that's allowed me to go from a world where I was very removed from the human beings that I was communicating to about products, which is what I did for so long, and starting to understand and value the real stories of these humans that are behind bars, humans that are like Xoshi's cousin and like someone that every one of us knows that either has been in prison or is close to going to prison. And you might not know them directly, you might know them indirectly. You know, they're often people of color, and as the film showed, and something that we're working on deeply now, a lot of them are people of challenged mental states who never get the positive interference, the redirection at young ages that some of our children get. And as a result, instead of going towards paths of promise, they go towards paths of prison. And you know, it's just plain wrong. And so I'm thrilled to work with the folks at Loteria Films. I think I saw Kelly Duane de la Vega, who's one of the directors here. Her partner, Kelly's there. Her partner, Katie Galloway, is not here tonight. I'm doing some executive producing on that, so I get to use my creative skills working with really talented people. And you know, that's an added pleasure. I also get to go into the prisons and stand face to face with people who have committed murder or people who have done horrible things, many of whom, because of they had horrible things done to them when they were young, came from places of incredible challenge, some things beyond what we can ever imagine ourselves. But I was thrilled when Michael and Xoshi chose this as a topic, and I feel very honored to be the moderator. And what's really cool is that I know stories about every single one of the people that's going to be getting up here because we've been working together directly or indirectly for the last 5 years. So I will ask all the panelists to come on up. I'm not going to talk a lot because every one of them has amazing stories to tell. I think we're starting with Prophet, but maybe why doesn't everybody come and take the stage?